all of that we do, the checking in to see if the timing is right, and coming in at the last minute to get settled. Spirit knows that it knows that all of that is a part of our opening to a Sunday morning service for Louisville Center for Spiritual Living. And so it is my privilege and my pleasure to officially say, good morning, beautiful people. I am Vicki Jeter, your practitioner, spiritual director for Louisville Center for Spiritual Living Teaching Chapter. And today is a day to paint the masterpiece of your life. And it's our privilege to share this day and this opportunity with you. And I am so excited, we're excited. Today, our own practitioner, Katrina Dorow, is launching our August theme of My Passion, My Purpose, with the foundational topic of awakening to your passion. I've been blessed to witness the process of unfolding this talk, and I want to invite you to hang on to your hats and check your seatbelts, because she's got some energy and some enthusiasm coming our way. And so we will practice as we practice and know as we know, and begin by taking a moment to set your intention. Just for you right now, stop and check and see what brought you here today. Our shared intention for this service is rekindling our God-given, spirit-driven inspiration of creativity, of being and becoming, and over time, rekindle those things and recapture those things that were once cast aside, driven out, or denied and forgotten, that are our passion and our purpose. And with that said, we begin with opening prayer. And opening prayer begins with thank you. Thank you, Spirit, for the gift of this day. Thank you for the gift of life. Thank you for the gift of this gathering and the blessings that have already been had. Thank you for speaking of safety and grace and knowing that we hold each other as we are in the same space, no matter where we are on the planet. And the gift of Zoom that allows us to confirm that in consciousness we are together. And we are on this journey together. And today I know that Miss Katrina Dorow is a vessel of spirit, so ready, willing, and able to show us how to shine. And so I let it be. And so it is. And so we do welcome each and every one of you to Louisville Center for Spiritual Living Teaching Chapter. Whether you're with us for the first time or the 100th time today, whether you're here right now or watching on Zoom, thank you for your presence. We would not be here without you. And we start each day, particularly each Sunday, greeting God and the angels, LCSL as an entity, and each and every one of you who are seeking to be with us or seeking to find us. We set up the space, we light the God candle, inviting that light to illumine your path. And so no matter where you've come from, no matter what you were taught to believe, know that you are welcome here. And in opening song, Spirit is welcome here. We're going to listen to Miss Denise Rosier with Spirit is in this place.
Hey everybody, it's Denise Rosier. Welcome to this time of singing together and reconnection here at Vista. The words are going to be right there at the bottom of your screen, and so I invite you to sing along with me. Spirit is definitely in this place, right here, wherever we are. Spirit is always among us because we bring it. So we're going to raise the roof with shouts of praise. Are you ready? together as a family. We have come here as we are. Yes, we have. We have come with arms wide open. We have gathered here in love. Spirit is in this, Spirit is in this place. Spirit is in this, Spirit is in this place. Spirit is in this, Spirit is in this place. Raise the roof with shouts of praise. Spirit's in this place. We sing in celebration. We sing with words of prayer. We sing with words of prayer. We affirm our life as sacred. We declare that peace is here. Yeah, yeah. Spirit is in this, Spirit is in this place. Ooh. Spirit is in this, Spirit is in this place. Spirit is in this, Spirit is in this place. Raise the roof with shouts of praise. Spirit's in this place. Let's sing it together. Spirit is in this, Spirit is in this place. Ooh. Spirit is in this, Spirit is in this place. Spirit is in this, Spirit is in this place. Raise the roof with shouts of praise. Raise the roof with shouts of praise. Spirit's in this place. Spirit is definitely in this place.
Praise God and glory, hallelujah. This takes us directly into our mission statement. The mission of Louisville Center for Spiritual Living Teaching Chapter is to teach personal transformation as a virtual community, living the principles of science of mind, and celebrating all paths to God. And this results in our vision, which is a world that honors and respects all people. So we take a pause and breathe and make room and shift into our application of what we believe. Spiritual living is only as good as we can actually apply it. And so each week we offer an application of what we believe that I so encourage you to keep with you and actually put into practice. And this week, every accomplishment starts with the decision to try. This brings us to our reading and meditation by the practitioner of the week, Miss Tammy Ellis.
Good morning. That is a great purpose there, the mission. Wow, to entering into this time. I hope you love this puppy just jumping out with joy and passion as much as I do. I love this little puppy. Makes me laugh and smile and think about my own passion and joy. I'm Tammy, as she said, and I'm delighted to be the practitioner of the week this week, and I'm been keeping you each in prayer for whatever is going on with you in your discovery of life. I am so honored to talk about passion today. In my preparation for this, I watched and listened to songs on passion and read different things on the internet and my books. Wow, so it has reignited some of my passion, and I hope it does for you as well. So the reading that wanted to be read today is by Tony Robbins, the motivational speaker. What are you passionate about? The answer doesn't always come easy. Finding our passion is often a journey of self-discovery, one that reveals not only what you love, but who you really are. It's a journey that can take us to unexpected places. Yet finding things to be passionate about is a journey that every human being must undertake if they want to live a life of fulfillment, meaning, and purpose. Why you need to find things to be passionate about. The things people are passionate about are what gets them out of bed in the morning. Passion is what drives us. It helps us build our goals and dreams. It's how we determine our purpose in life and why we do the work to get there. Without passion for our friends, family, creating beauty, giving back, serving our higher purpose, our lives could be meaningless and unfulfilling. Life has many gifts, and passion is at the center of many of them. It informs how we choose to pursue the gift of growth, committing to constant and never-ending improvement. It's the foundation for the gift of connection. And without it, or let's just say with it, we experience more joy, more passion in life. Finding things to be passionate about also has real physical and emotional benefits. Doing things we love can reduce stress, improve our energy levels, and our creativity. Here are a few things to be passionate about. Real estate mogul and businesswoman Barbara Corcoran so famously and succinctly put it, you can't fake passion. You must find what ignites that fire within you. What are you passionate about? What sparks your imagination? What do you care the most about? Here are a few ideas. Personal growth. Growth is one of our 6 human needs, the deep needs that we must meet in order to be fulfilled. This is why it's one of the top things to be passionate about. There are numerous ways you can work on your personal growth. Learn a new skill, learn a new instrument like the cello, the tuba, the flute, the piano, speaking a new language. I tried to learn Gaelic one time from the library tapes, and that was challenging. Feed your mind with new information. Create empowering habits that propel you toward your dreams. Another idea is creative pursuits. Work may be the economic engine of the world, but art is its soul. Music connects us in a way that nothing else can. Storytelling has an inexplicable power. Paintings bring us the gift of emotion. It's no surprise that people throughout history have considered art one of the greatest things to be passionate about. Improve your creativity, make beautiful things, and share them with the world. Another idea to be passionate about is mindfulness. When was the last time you were truly present in the moment? When was the last time you felt unbridled joy at a sunset or song? Practicing mindfulness isn't just a pastime, it's a passion that will encompass your whole life. Invite yourself to more meditation practice, yoga, sitting in nature, whatever works for you for your mindfulness. And another idea is new experiences bring us passion. You might get out of your comfort zone, as Tony Robbins says, it is the realm of uncertainty that your passion is found. Uncertainty is another human need, but it is often overpowered by our need for certainty. Whether you take up traveling, a new hobby or skill, try a new restaurant or place in town, you can balance those 2 needs and crush your fears at the same time. And another great idea for passion is my well-being, our own personal well-being. You often want to do a lot for others, yet as the saying goes, you cannot serve from an empty vessel. You must be passionate about another person as well, yourself. Feed your body the right fuel, find exercise to enjoy, take a relaxing bath, start a journal, put on your favorite song and dance around. Make time for self-love so that you can make time for others. And a last category to consider for today to be passionate about is giving back. Contribution is another of our 6 human needs. Along with growth, it is the one of the most powerful. Giving back makes us feel significant. It reminds us how much we have to be grateful for. It allows us to escape our scarcity mindset and adopt an attitude of gratitude. And when we are grateful and when we give to others, even when we don't have much, fear disappears, abundance appears, and we discover the answer to the question, what am I passionate about? So you'd like to take a nice deep breath in as you consider those wonderful words. And as we move into meditation today, I just invite you to be aware as you breathe in and breathe out, and just do a brief scan from the top of your head, slowly, and then all the way down to your toes. Just take a nice minute just to scan your body. Find the place that you feel the most comfortable in your body now, a place that has only peace and comfort. And now allow that place to expand through any other part of your body that may be tense or sore. So as we move through these questions about passion in our lives, may that sense of breath and that sense of ease and comfort in your body be allowed to expand throughout all parts of you, physically, emotionally, spiritually. Take a nice deep breath in as we consider the first question. What were you passionate about when you were a kid, or now if you're currently under age 13? How did that passion manifest, and how did you feel? Please note your feelings and what came up for you, and perhaps write them down later. The next question to consider for today is, what were you passionate about when you were a teenager, or when you will be a teenager in the future? And how does that make you feel as you consider this? Please also make a note in your mind and heart what came up for this question and how you felt. You might write it down later. Our next question is, as you take a nice deep breath in, to consider, what were you passionate about when you were a younger adult, 20s, 30s, or if you're there at that age now, where are you now? Or when you do become an adult, imagining at those ages, what would you like your passion to be then, or what was it then? And how did that feel? And please also note how you're feeling or what was brought up for that question now. And our last question about passion today in this meditation is, what are you passionate about today, last week, this year? And how do you feel when you feel that passion moving within you? And please note how you're feeling and what you're thinking about your current passion. And if you'd like to choose these words as your own, as we move from meditation to the song, affirmation for passion can be, I am open to the current passion in my life that gives me satisfaction, joy, peace, whatever that is for me. I'm open to that passion continuing. I'm also open to reigniting passion in other areas if I so choose, as I so choose. And so it is. Take a nice, deep, big breath with that experience. As we move to this beautiful song, Watch Me Shine, for our special music today by Emily Shackleton.
Someone else to fix what's broken. I want to make my dreams reality instead of hoping. Gotta make it count today, can't
Oh my God. That song just makes me so happy for our Tilling the Soil of inviting more youth and families. Thank you so much, Ray and Michaela and Lexi, for being here today to enliven and embody that song for us. It's just fabulous. And this brings us to the introduction of our theme for the year, Living Out Loud, and our theme for this month, My Passion, My Purpose. And it is so much my pleasure to introduce Miss Katrina Dorow. To those of you who might not have heard her speak, I think everyone knows by now she is a practitioner for Louisville Center, but she is quite the speaker as well, especially on this particular topic, and especially representing our desire to create the atmosphere for family. Lexi and Ray and Michaela are her family, and you will see that it's all embellished in this fabulous talk. Go ahead, Katrina.
Thank you, Vicki. And thank you, Tammy, for your absolutely wonderful reading this morning. I actually had the honor and privilege of going through Anthony Robbins' Mastery University, and my wonderful husband proposed to me at Date with Destiny, which is one of Anthony Robbins' programs. So hearing the reading this morning brought so much passion up for me, and I appreciate you sharing that this morning. So for our talk this morning, I wanted to go ahead and define passion. What is passion? I am referring or defining passion as the intense desire or enthusiasm for something. And as we look around, there are so many places that we can find and discover passion in ourselves and in others. For example, my mother, who I believe is on the call today, is passionate about poetry and has published multiple poetry books. My mother meditates every morning, followed by writing a poem. And the practice has become a connection or an expression of God that she just exudes within her, and it ripples out in everyone's life, and especially in her poetry. So my mother, Carol Calkins, is truly an angel on earth. Who has blessed my life every day and blesses the lives of so many through the written word of her creativity and her poetry. Seeing my mother connect with God in such a beautiful and wonderful way and showing me this example of passion is a gift beyond words, and she is a role model to all those around her, including me and my children. Another person who is passionate that I'd like to share this morning is my daughter, who is passionate about swimming. While her teammates are out playing games in the pool, my daughter has self-selected to continue to practice and to flow through the water by doing laps. I asked her, why aren't you playing the games with the other kids? She reminded me that she was on the team to grow as a swimmer and improve her swimming skills. Yeah. Then she shared that the pure joy of the experience of gliding through the water as she swims is why she's truly on the team. And that's a true passion, that she can feel that presence, that God, that essence as she glides through the water. And I'm just so proud of her for recognizing this passion at such a young age. So passion, as we experience it within ourselves and others, creates this feeling of aliveness, this lights on, excited, wanting to allow that authenticness to express. And throughout history, we hear about so many individuals that are passionate and have created these great opportunities of discovery. So some major changes in history have occurred. 3 incredible examples that immediately come to mind in science are Marie Curie, or Jane Goodall, or Mary Anning. In classical music, We have Mozart and Beethoven and Bach. In religion, Jesus, Buddha, and of course, our very own Ernest Holmes. We celebrate people across the globe and throughout history for their passion and natural gifts. Some people are not aware of their passion, and they dismiss this concept, believing they don't even have one. So our affirmation for today is, and I'm going to say it and then I'd like you to repeat it after me. I am an individual creation of life born with passion. So repeat after me. I am an individual creation of life born with passion. Centers for Spiritual Living Home Office suggest, from the Science of Mind point of view, we are all unique expressions of one mind. We are born with qualities that enhance and expand spirit by means of our individual lives. Within each person is a divine spark, waiting to be realized and ignited by our awareness of it. Ernest Holmes states that this is the great I am, without which we could not be, that reveals with us the conscious knowing that we are connected and inspired by the universal consciousness. One way to awaken our passion or discover it is to substitute the word joy. What brings you joy? What brings you love? What things do you love to do? Are you a painter, a musician, a writer, a dancer, an athlete, a gardener? What do you truly, truly love? What ignites that spark within you? What brought you joy as a child? What were you passionate about when you were young? Tammy expressed those in our meditation this morning. So I'd like to share with you a little bit about what brought me joy. So personally, what brought me joy as a child was Girl Scouts and my Palomino horse, Tiny. I was only a Girl Scout brownie for 1 year when I was about 7 years old. And you can see me in the picture here. I'm the one standing right there in the middle. I was exposed to a variety of activities, which ignited a passion in me. What organizations or activities were you involved in as a young person that ignited passion in you? At times in my life, I have let adulting, the busyness of doing, and the responsible things of taking care of business be the focus of my life. Oftentimes, I have let responsibilities squeeze passion out of my life by filling my schedule so full, I have been too exhausted to focus on my passions. You know, I got to get this done. I'm going to do this. I need to do this. And just squeezed that passion right out of the day-to-day. This has often overshadowed a childhood wonder of life. What if we were to think back to our early childhood experiences and remember what used to make our hearts sing? Slide 2, Vernon. I chose the special music today. It reflects my passion that was discovered from the time that I was in Girl Scouts and as a child and embodied as an adult. When my oldest started kindergarten, I accidentally skipped some. You know, I have such a great outline, and I have been practicing public speaking with all of you. And sometimes I get a little nervous. So excuse me, let me go back. When I was growing up, this is my Palomino horse, Tiny. And I absolutely, absolutely loved being with Tiny. And one of the passions I had when I was growing up was telling Tiny all about my imagination, the creativity, what I loved to do, and who I was as a child. I would tell him these deep secrets and enjoy as we would do trail rides in Wyoming. And my passion for being with Tiny was absolutely something that ignited a spark in me, that every time I was with Tiny, I felt that I was truly my authentic self. So this is Tiny, and you can see my mother, Carol, in the background there. And I just had such a passion for life with my horse, Tiny. Next slide, Vernon. This was the slide. So I chose the special music today because it reflects my passion that was discovered from the time I was in Girl Scouts as a child. And I have embodied it as an adult. When my oldest started kindergarten, I became a troop leader and eventually a lifetime member of Girl Scouts. Every summer, I have volunteered with Girl Scout summer camps in Bar Lake. It has reignited this passion inside of me and has offered new experiences. It has reminded me of how youthful and alive kids can be when they discover such things as archery or canoeing or singing songs together as a group, playing games, learning science, being in nature for a whole week at a time. I love watching how the campers express their passion as they discover bugs and science and plants and animals and may learn to draw nature for the first time. Spending time in nature is such a magical feeling that lifts up the spirit, and it reveals this sense of belonging and being grounded. It's like Mother Nature's canvas is available to each and every one of us, and that we get to play and have fun and enjoy all that God has available for us. Seeing deer and bird and raccoons and squirrels and snakes and fish, and being among the trees and the lake and the gorgeous outdoors just continues to remind us of the presence of God and creates such a joy and passion. I got to see campers hug trees and see animals for the first time. And that joy is still alive within each one of us when we step out into nature. The photo you see here are my two daughters and I right before hopping on a canoe to go and explore. And one of the games that we played that I know that each of you would probably have experienced at some time in your life was that surprise of stinky fish. And what it is where you take sponges and you sneak up on other people and you get a nice big wet sponge and you catapult your friends with this wet sponge, and that feeling of life splashing you. And, you know, we all have had that surprise where the water just uplifts us and ignites this passion within us. And of course, we get excited and want to chase after others and share that joy, whether it was with a water balloon or the splash as we're going down a river. But that brings up a passion or an aliveness within us. What if we spent time reliving what we really wanted to do when we grew up, before we were told that it was not possible? We have often these hidden passions or desires that we have always wanted to do, and maybe the attempt to do it has felt a little silly or even ridiculous or a waste of time. Einstein has reminded us that imagination is more important than knowledge, for knowledge is limited, whereas imagination embraces the entire world, stimulating progress, giving birth to evolution. That is by Albert Einstein, What Life Means to Einstein, 1924. After we recognize the inner joy or passion which began in childhood, we must also be very aware of that initial spark. We are we are assuredly given the means to actualize any spark or any passion within us. By focusing and aligning with our desires, a path is revealed directing us toward a pot of gold at the end of a rainbow. There is an inner roadmap that guides us along the way that simply needs to be determined in the very first step, and we step forward into that natural flow of God, flowing, for example, that passion that continues to drive us, that intuition that we developed as a child that leads us as we learn trust to play freely and act upon those passions within. Many successful adults have created their achievements by an activity of something they loved and dearly were passionate about as a child, just by following the next step to create that feeling of inner joy within. We Reveal is such a powerful tool by looking at that natural passion that is within us, the laughter that erupts during the simple experience as we were young. And so as I was writing this talk and as I was thinking about what I really wanted to share with you, I looked at that feeling of when I was splashed with water and what that was like to have that passionate moment where I just felt so alive. And I was gifted the opportunity this past week to go river rafting. And we started off the first day, and I was a little afraid to get wet. You know, I was all dry and warm. And as you know, here in Colorado, it was a little cool. And I thought, oh, if I get wet, maybe I'll get cold. And of course, that first big splash that comes and that squeal of joy as I felt the water on my face. Gosh, I don't know why I had those moments of being fearful of being wet. And of course, every splash, I felt more and more alive. And the river was just teaching me so much as these big splashes would come and the joy and the passion flooded over. I felt like it was that moment where God was reminding me that there was no reason to have hesitation and to just go with the flow of the river. And I think sometimes in life, I have fought the river and fought that chance of getting splashed. And yet that internal guidance inside of me just wanted to embrace it. So what I'm really wanting to express to each of you is how sometimes we avoid that big splash. And yet that big splash is exactly what we need to get us back on our path and to get us in alignment with that natural passion that we have. So as I mentioned earlier in this talk, I was passionate about my childhood horse of Tiny, and you saw that in the last slide. And at some point, I set aside my love for horses in order to be practical and responsible. My inner child has reminded me to be passionate about horses, and that passion has continued to be alive in me over the years, but I haven't been actively engaged in that passion. Although I had set aside this passion, the passion for horses has not gone anywhere. I just haven't experienced the joy of it at times in my life because I allowed the busyness to get in the way. It just hadn't been met or embodied for a while. As I shared in my April 25th talk with each of you, I ignited my passion for horses by enrolling in the Touched by a Horse certification program. In 2016, I was introduced to an equine Gestalt coaching method offered by the Touched by a Horse. Equine Gestalt coaching method is a collaborative coaching experience where a coach partners with a horse to help assist a client. Please move to the next slide, Vernon, to discover their true power and their truth. And while offering support and guidance, this experience has ignited an additional passion within inside of me. It's a dream come true to partner with horses and to allow healing and learning and create this sense of wholeness. So although I set aside my love and passion for horses for some time in my life, I am able to reconnect with horses in the most amazing ways. And now I have chosen to share that gift with others and allow them to experience for the first time that connection, that healing, that honor with horses, and align with the beauty of horses. One of the things that I love about horses that aligns so much with the Science of Mind teaching is that it supports us in being in this place of complete wholeness. And where that wholeness is in the present moment. Horses exhibit this incredible present moment. They live in the moment. They are one of our greatest teachers of being in the moment. And as we know from the Science of Mind teaching, the importance of being in the moment, embodying the moment. And when we are actually in that moment, that spark, that passion, that opportunity to be authentic is fully expressed. So this weekend, I actually got the opportunity to go horseback riding. So Vernon, show the next slide. And what you'll see here in this image is that I was near Glenwood Springs at Stillwater Lake and went horseback riding and got to experience horseback riding, which I haven't done in a few years, as I was walking through the canyon and going up through the trees. And there was such a presence of God in every moment where I got to be so blessed by the beauty, by the breath, by the sound of the river, and that passion of Mother Nature being within every cell of my being. I could truly feel the oneness of God. And I know we have those opportunities every day in life to step outside and feel the rain as it sprinkles on our head and feel the sun as it comes behind the clouds and really truly be one with nature. So the horse that I'm riding here is Sue, and I had never met Sue before, but Sue took me on a journey through the creek and up through the woods, and I could smell the aspen and the pine, and I could see the view. Unfortunately, during this picture, I was so taken away by the view as I got beyond these trees that I did not take a picture to show you all, but it was absolutely exquisite. And that spark was in me, that spark was in nature, that spark was in all of us that were on this ride. And I know that those sparks are in our everyday life, even if we forget to see them. So I want to, in conclusion, I wanted to share some important knowledge. I wish this same inspiration, opportunity to embody your passion and love for your life that I am experiencing by connecting with horses. According to Ernest Holmes, in this thing called you on page 25, life will be to you what you are to it. Somehow you must link your will, your thought, your intellect, your imagination, and your feeling with the divine presence, which is already there. And so I want to remember for each of us our early joy, what ignited imagination and play. And I hope that I shared that with you today with Girl Scouts and with my horse Tiny, that imagination, that childhood wonder that I carried with me as I let go of my self-conscious thoughts of today, and that I was able to reclaim that inner passion and begin the momentum of expanding into my purpose. Trust the spontaneous, in the moment living options and allow it to reveal itself to you in every day. What are you being guided to act upon? Take a new path to work or on your drive home. What new adventure can you do? Can you go out in nature? Go to a local reservoir or walk around to a park that you haven't seen before. Take a different route so you can see trees differently or see the sunrise. Go at a different time of day. I got the opportunity this week to take a new path. And as I was on this walk, I got to see the sun come up behind a new mountain with new trees and see it in an all new way. And I hope to invite each of you to take a new path, try something new that you may have been called as a passion to experience, and not be worried about what others might think on this walk. Just be one with what is available for you. Many of us give our power or opinions to others, what we might look like on this walk. But I found myself moving my arms in the wind and just being totally one with, like I was a tree on this walk. And I would invite you to do the same, because as we move our bodies differently, we can feel God differently. And I'd like us to all remember that we can also visualize in our own being. So if you can't be out because you have hail or fire or whatever it is, use your mind and your imagination to visualize those activities. You might feel limited in your physical body, but that doesn't mean you can't envision when you were doing some activity that you absolutely love, like running a marathon or swimming across a lake. Really visualize what that would be like for your body to do that. So there are opportunities. Walk or skip barefoot on the grass. Find a coloring book that allows you to completely express the artisticness that you have within you. And you don't need to color within the lines. Just color for the sake of enjoying that moment of being present in that childlike imagination. So our opportunities for this week are endless, and I invite you all to find just one thing each day that will bring out the passion in you to express an even greater creativity, imagination, or childlike wonder in you. And I give you so much gratitude for being with me today and for hearing the passion that I have within me. And I turn this over to Vicki with love. Thank you for letting me speak today.
Oh my goodness. Without any need to pause at all, let us just take this invitation that Katrina has offered us and ride that coattail, ride the wake of her wave right into where we're going. I recognize the one right here, right now, thrilling to this field of opportunity in, as, and through each and every one of us as we follow our lead goose into reigniting our passions. Oh my goodness. As I recognize it as all that is, I am that. As is each person within the sound of my voice, as is each person that accesses this at any time. We are one with the source from which we have come, from which we emerge with each and every breath, mind, heart, and soul. And from this alignment, I know and declare right here and right now that each person is reignited at the level of soul, that light is always within us and just waiting to be ignited and shine, and that as it shines, we are on this adventure together to see what comes forth. Thank you, thank you, thank you, God. I release it, I let it be, and so it is.
Oh my gosh, Katrina, wow. I love the ways that you express how passion lives and expresses in and through you in your life. So inspiring. Thank you. Oh my goodness, now it's a wonderful time to move to our August prosperity time. And so I just want to just tell you how much we appreciate you sharing your time, talents, prosperity with Louisville Center for Spiritual Living, which keeps our center thriving and growing. Please see the options in the chat or ask Vicki if you need ways. There's good old snail mail and postal service or online options. And so if you'll please say this affirmation with me on the count of 3. The
The
divine
divine spark ignites my passion.
my passion, my purpose, and my prosperity. I am blessed. And I pass this to you, Vicki, to bless the offering, please.
And now I'm just inspired to take that pause. There has been so much. I just invite us upon this blessing. Take a nice deep breath in and expand your receptivity to receive all that has been offered. As we know, we are plugged in to divine circulation. And as we open ourselves to receive these phenomenal gifts, so too do we open the channels through which we are able to give and share our blessings. Louisville Center for Spiritual Living is so incredibly grateful for the time, talents, and treasures that we receive. And we are that cycle of circulation. And so through each and every one of you, as you feel yourself expanding, as you feel yourself ignited, and allowing that flow to keep moving through you, knowing that it comes back to you tenfold. Thank you, thank you, thank you, God. I release it, I let it be, and so it is.
Oh my gosh, again, we get to see this wonderful puppy. He's going to help us do the announcements today. What joy and passion that little puppy has, just running along. And Vicki, would you like to talk about this one? This wonderful.
Yes, I would. Thank you so much, Tammy. I meant to ignite our opening prayer this morning. For those of you who may not heard, as of August the 1st, Louisville Center for Spiritual Living has an unexpected income initiative. And this is our symbol for that initiative. And we are only so excited. Even since August the 1st, our community has reported receiving $1,550 in extra income to you all. And of course, some portion of that comes back to the center, but we want you to know that we know that together we are leveraging each other. And so this image is what you have received. And I invite each and every one of you, again, ride that coattail, ride that wake, knowing that if you can see it, if you can hear it, if you can touch it, then it's in your field and you can embody it as fully in your experience. And so there'll be lots of things happening. There's a prayer that I'm sending out to everybody. If you haven't received it yet, I'm inviting everybody to say the prayer together. We're doing visioning at the visioning calls that we do. We did just yesterday. All kinds of practices include your openness to unexpected income. And so then that's complete and we can go to the next announcement.
So we're going to have, in the fall, we're going to start the Essential Ernest Holmes class. Begins on Monday, September 18th, and will run through November 20th. The class is $100. Credit regular 50, registration is 50. So it's a total of $150. But if that is a challenge for you, please talk to Vicki about that. If you feel called to take this class, please talk to her. Please join us. Vicki's going to be the instructor. I get to be the assistant. Yay. I have not actually taken this class, so I'm happy to assist and attend. And if you'd like to register, if you please let Vicki know. It's a very amazing class. The book was written by Reverend Jesse Jennings, and that's who Vicki and I, where we met here in Spring and Houston area. And Reverend Jesse's done a great job just pulling a lot of the readings and so forth of Ernest Holmes as a contribution. So I think it's going to be a fantastic class. I know, Katrina, you're taking it. I think a couple other people have signed up, so please join us. If you'll please join us after service, after the benediction, for sharing time. If you'd like to share how much you love all these visual slides, I'm just so enjoying these frogs and butterflies being friends. Yep, being community, even if we're different or similar or both. But yes, we'd like to share where we're at or what's going on in your life, or maybe about passion. What ignited you in today's service? And on the count of 3, with this cute little peacock baby, if you'll please say you're magnificent with me to yourself and each other. 1, 2, and 3. You are magnificent.
Oh my goodness. There almost isn't anything that wouldn't be anticlimactic to that. But we still practice as we practice and know as we know. Let us take a breath and offer a prayerful benediction. Read this with me if it inspires you to do so. Our birth is but a sleep and a forgetting. The soul that rises with us, our life star, hath had elsewhere its setting and cometh from afar. Not in entire forgetfulness, not in unconsciousness, but trailing clouds of glory do we come from God, who is our home. Heaven lies about us in our infancy.